So let's give this a shot.
Yeah.
All right, we are live, Chris.
Hey.
On we did it. We had a little technical snafu there for a second, but trying to pull up the event here so that I can see if we're going to be getting any questions or comments. But we can go ahead and get rolling here. Me.
I'm really sorry that I cannot grow such a cool mustache as you. So I'm really disappointed with myself right now. Looking at
It's
this
fine.
beautiful thing,
Yeah,
really
it's coming in pretty
incredible.
solid. I can get some paste and I can really twirl it up, which is fantastic. Uh,
That's great. That's great.
all right, hang on. So
Cool.
we're live on Vimeo right now, but for some reason it kicked me off of LinkedIn. Come on. Um, Such great dialogue about mustaches. Okay, we got this, we got that, got
I
edit,
think if
add, public, turn on, live on LinkedIn is what it says to me right now. So we should be live on LinkedIn in theory. So somebody, let us know if you can see us. I'm trying to pull it up here, Chris. But yes, my mustache is coming in decently strong. I'm pumped to chat with you here a little bit about the state of digital maturity and the packaging space. As long as we are, let's see, somebody like send me a text or say something if you can see us. Um, I know that we're live on Vimeo, but I don't. Oh, look, Adam Peak is live. Hey, we made it.
oh,
So we've got a few people watching here. So welcome
excellent.
everybody. We figured out technology, which is funny because we're going to talk about technology, and we're just like, I don't know how to go
Digital
live on here.
maturity in live sessions on LinkedIn. So we could do another one on that.
Yeah, we
That's
should we should totally do it. Hey, so I'm here with Chris, and Chris, you're in where are you at right now? I don't recognize your background. You don't recognize my mustache.
I'm at home. I have to hide what I have here because I envy your mustache so much that I feel bad for not having anything similar to that. But I'm sitting at home in Lisbon, actually in Cascais. It's 30 kilometers on the coast next to Lisbon, Portugal.
Hmm.
So yeah, a bit far
What
away, but technology
what
brings us close.
what is a kilometer?
Ah, that's that's a good one. Yeah, 20 miles out of Lisbon.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, yes.
What is the reaction in Portugal to the Coke and water fiasco? Have you felt the pain of that
Yes, all
social?
newspapers here they love actually I'm Cristiano as well. So here in Portugal, I'm Brazilian living in Portugal. So for me, he's an idol. So Cristiano Ronaldo. So he was in all newspapers, the guy in the
Yeah,
front page
I was
pulling
I
down
was
the
told
stocks of
I
Coke.
was
Yeah.
told that Cristiano Ronaldo would be on,
And you got this.
and I got you.
Oh.
Slightly disappointed, but that's
Oh.
okay. Hey, I want to talk about, for maybe 10, 15 minutes. And by the way, if you got a question, drop it in the chat on here on LinkedIn. But I want to talk to you about the survey that PackIOT is doing. Maybe just give a quick introduction to PackIOT. I'm a huge, we already know this, right? Like I'm a huge supporter of what you're doing, bringing data into the packaging industry and kind of the allowing things that don't normally talk to each other to talk to each other and create data. That's probably a really simplified version of it. But why don't you just say a little bit about what you do? But I really want to talk about the state of digital maturity survey that you have going on.
So here's what we do in a simplified way. we see that most CEOs of especially small, medium packaging manufacturing businesses, they can answer the question, how many steps you have made today? They look at their Garmin watch or iWatch or iPhone. They say, oh yes, 6,000 steps today. Mostly useless information, but they have it.
Mhm.
And if you ask this very same person, okay, how's your production running today? Where you've invested tens, hundreds of millions of dollars?
Right.
Say, oh, sure. Let me ask John. Hey, John, how is it going down there right now? And John will say, oh, wait, I haven't been able to collect all the forms from the production. So information is not flowing the same way in the production as it is flowing in our daily lives. And we're here to fix that.
That's great.
So that's what we do. We help companies to collect and organize information to answer important questions about their businesses and about their efficiency. So that's what we do.
And man, it's so needed. We are, I mean, my personal opinion, and we're getting to the survey here. My personal opinion is the packaging industry is obviously huge. It's a $1 trillion global industry, near $1 trillion, or it might have ticked over it during COVID because packaging companies crushed it. And boy, what a great time it would have been to have that data, to understand how we're running efficiently, because we did an okay job, but I think we really let down a lot of, we stocked out of a lot of things. We weren't able to get products to shelf that were necessary. And so I do think there is a very rapidly accelerated need for access to real-time data and real-time data analytics in our production. And people might be like, oh no, that exists. I don't see real-time. It tends to be very reactive. And so I just love how you're able to take current technology and help bring the packaging industry up to the forefront. So that's great. Just a reminder,
mutual.
Yeah, no, definitely. We are live here on LinkedIn, and if you do have any questions or thoughts or comments, please go ahead and drop them here on LinkedIn. I see we got a few people who have braved the LinkedIn Live and are joining us. So you guys are doing this State of Digital Maturity survey. And let me go ahead and actually put it up on my peopleofpackaging.com page. There's just a button. You can go to peopleofpackaging.com and click the button, and then you can fill out the State of Digital Maturity survey. People can win things, right? Or is that still going on?
Yes, correct. So we're drawing one Kindle and one Alexa Echo for two lucky respondents that participate in the and of course that is part of the fun. But in the end, the biggest value is really helping us to draw this picture and also to understand what's going on. How am I in comparison to the world of packaging? How am I in terms of digital maturity? And one thing that we see is that we work with data. And how could we answer this question? How is the digital maturity of the packaging world, of the world of packaging, without data? So this is a way of I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I was answering this question without data. So we always try to take a data-driven approach to answer these important questions. And I think it can have a great impact in the packaging world. And
yeah, definitely. And I've been kind of toying just, with not maybe quite as impactful things, but even here on LinkedIn, I've been asking some more polling questions and trying to get different points of data. And it's really fascinating to just sort of see a very small glimpse of the state of things, whether for me, it's like the state of sustainability or the state of packaging sales. And then in this case, the state of digital maturity within the packaging industry. What is something you've had, roughly 100 respondents so far and over the past couple months?
Correct. About 100 something but very interesting, from 29 countries, different countries. So we're really spread. around the world, and that's also interesting to see, because I truly believe in this experience. We have customers all around the globe and so on, and we see that there is little correlation of where you are to your digital maturity. I've been talking to companies in Ecuador. I think it's one of the greatest example of digital maturity, making cardboard packaging, that you would assume, okay, it's old industry, it's not that much. These guys had 20 developers working only for to solve internal issues, to implement the AI, using vision systems to bring more information about quality and so on. So, and these guys were in Ecuador, that you would assume, of course, there's a lot of prejudice there and a lot of bias. I think this is also interesting to see, hey, is there a trend? Do German companies, American companies, Swiss companies are at a higher level of digital maturity or not? So we assume that there's no correlation, but now let's look at the data. So we're thrilled to have this huge amount of responses, and eager to get more.
Yeah. I mean, I was educated here in the United States, and so I can do a little bit of basic math, but it seems like, 3 or 4 respondents per country is probably not quite enough. And so we need a lot more, data to really help extrapolate some things. Let's see, Michelle asked, she's the CEO at BetterBin. Are you only capturing data in the internal operations and manufacturing supply chain side of a company, or do you capture things that happen to the packaging once it leaves the shelf and goes home to the consumer?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you for that. And right now, our main focus is operation. It's really operational efficiency. That's what we do well. That's what our main focus. But I think there are some cool initiatives on the other side of the wall, outside the wall of the factory. So I think there are some cool initiatives happening in that space as well.
Yeah,
it's not our main focus. Our focus is mainly efficiency.
Cool. So we're getting some people jumping on here. My new friend Jeff Conley, we spoke yesterday. He's here in the United States. He says, "Is your IoT using blockchain/cloud hybrid system?" Or no, IoT. It's not a question. It's a statement from Jeff. So maybe you should connect up with Jeff. IoT using blockchain/cloud hybrid system is part of my vision. So it sounds like Jeff and I had a great conversation yesterday around the use of blockchain, as you and I have discussed before, Chris. How can we use distributed ledger technology and blockchain technology to drive really important things, whether it's operational excellence. And I certainly think that IoT is a huge part of that, having these nodes of data to go in to help us understand what we're doing.
And there's something else coming into on top of that, which is 5G, that will allow us to be even more present, to be even more, to get even more information about what is happening. So a lot of great things happening in the digital world. And I think it's our responsibility to help us get there. I normally say that one operator, someone that works in a packaging manufacturing facility 10 years ago, the place where he would find the highest standard of technology in his or her life would be at his job. He would arrive at work and he would be amazed with the computers that he would use, the machines that would be so technological. And now if you ask him, that's the worst place in terms of technology, where he finds the worst advances in technology. What he carries in his or her pocket is much more efficient and fast than what he finds in his or her job. So we need to bring these two worlds closer. And I think these initiatives like IoT, like blockchain, they all go in that direction, because this is already happening in our private lives. So
okay, I completely agree. And what a great point that 10, 15 years ago, we looked forward to going into, a manufacturing operation environment because it was the bleeding edge technology. And now it's in our phone, it's in our pockets. That's where it is. It's kind of like, oh, why is my job so less technologically advanced? Kind of the correlation between those two is super fascinating. I completely agree. Well, that's great.
It has also an impact, if you allow me to add this, a huge impact also in how young people especially, see the potential of their careers. So imagine a young woman and a young lady coming out of his training or whatsoever, and she arrives at work and she says, oh, hey, I'm looking in the last century. So how to bring creative people back into the factories, or how to bring creative people working in operations that have a huge impact, and operations and the factories have a huge impact in environmental issues. If you're not efficient, you're just running a diesel motor. So technology has a lot of other things.
It is interconnected, right? It's not only, networked and interconnected as technology, but it's interconnected globally and through, humanitarian things. And that is a huge, I would say it's maybe one of the largest problems facing the packaging industry today is lack of people. We still have a very people intensive process in packaging manufacturing. And I don't know how many times I've heard, hey, we could get you your stuff. We don't have the workforce right now. We can't hire people fast enough, at least here in the United States. And what a great point, that if you're faced with the same job working in a highly automated e-commerce, warehouse where there's fully autonomous robots going around, and you're working with cutting edge technology from an Amazon or a Walmart DC or whatever it might be, and you're going to make 15, 16, 17 bucks an hour there, or you go to a manufacturing plant and it's got 7, 8-year-old computers. You're going to learn a trade, but it's not exciting. It's not energizing. It's not bleeding edge. And so that's such a great point. I had never even really thought about that connection, that as we can introduce current, we're not even saying like, hey, we got to go be the tip of the spear and innovate. You're talking about taking things that already exist, including, PackIOT software and doing some stuff.
And also all the systems that are being used in the manufacturing chain or in the production facility, they are designed to help the CEO, and so far they have been designed to help the CEO, because the CEO is the one buying. He signs the check. And so you're just breaking those demands, those requests down. And when you come to the operator, that those people working in the factories that you've mentioned, nobody's really helping those people, because they just get the demands. Okay, in order to answer this question from the CEO, I need you to fill out these forms and these fields and so on. Okay, but what do I get in return? Nothing. It's your job. So these mindset and technology is strongly connected to that, because when people are designing technology for the manufacturing industry, very few companies or very few solutions are asking, hey, the most when we're talking about the production facility, the most important person is the operator. How do we help them? And I think this is the things that we want to address and better understand with the survey, how people see that, how people understand that those issues, how this is perceived, and what is the status in these different parts of the world, and especially in the US, and
Yeah.
I think that's.
Well, I know I need to do a much better job about getting the word out, but I did say that Cristiano Ronaldo would be on from Portugal, and I got a different Cristiano from Portugal. So it's maybe the people who are watching were a little bit let down, but I think it's great content. Corey Connor said great packaging information, and Jeff Conley says when we were talking about network connectivity is key, and also leveraging RFID is critical. So Chris, why don't we kind of wrap this up? Because again, you and I can talk for an hour if we really wanted to, but everyone would be super bored. So, I put a link up at peopleofpackaging.com. You just click a button and go take the survey. I'll also post in kind of a static LinkedIn post about it. And then where do people go to either learn more about the survey, connect with you, or connect with PackIOT?
On my LinkedIn profile, that's just drop me a message, or on our website packiot.com, and the survey on Adam's website. It's very quick to answer. It takes 2 to 3 minutes, multiple choices, answers, and very fast. And you might end up getting a Kindle or an Alexa Echo. Yeah,
that's great. Fantastic.
Come and join us. Let's
do it. Yeah, we need more people. We need more kind of visionaries and innovators within the packaging space. It's certainly a passion of mine. I know it's a passion for yours, and I've been glad to call you just an industry friend and friend in general, and a Christmas tree champion, Christmas tree hunting champion, I believe is what it was. So
tree hunting,
yeah, something like that.
Very huge in Finland.
It is, yeah. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Alexandra, for posting packiot.com. Appreciate that. And yeah, thanks again, everyone.
Thanks, Adam.
Fill out the survey.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for spreading the word.
I do what I can. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.